Good morning, collective. Today we're going to be reading for your week ahead in love spread. So you have the Temperance here on the split. 8 of Pentacles right behind that. I feel that, even with the Ace of Swords, guys, I feel that you're definitely moving forward, seeking balance in the week ahead, and you're very focused right now on something that's very near and dear to your heart, whether it's your, position in the industry, or if you have, your own craft, project, whatever it is, entrepreneurial pursuit. And then you've got the Ace of Swords here. And then you've got the Ace of Swords here, which really just speaks to success, guys, moving forward. So very nice. Now over here on the other side of the split, I'm going to go ahead and just take it as your person, because that's just what the energy is telling me to do. But, I have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so I feel that this person, they may be I don't know whether they're thinking about making you an offer or not. They definitely still have feelings for you here with, the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Now, I don't know okay, well, that confirms it with the Six of Swords in the reverse. Well, I don't know. We'll have to dig into it, but the fact that the Knight of Wands is in the reverse, I'm feeling like this is someone that you have history with. And they do care, they do care for you deeply, or they see you as the Queen of Cups. But the Six of Swords here, guys, it's, they may be thinking that it's pretty much already over and done. Like, again, you're the Queen of Cups. And again, I was saying, I feel like they may be thinking about, clearly with the Queen of Swords here, thinking about moving, making not even an offer, like even just coming your way, sending energy your way. And I feel that they have it, they feel essentially your energy, guys, over here. Again, you're focused on other things at this time, on your stability, on your balance, and your focus is on other things. Your focus is now on balancing your life and creating success. And so I feel that this person is feeling in the energy of, having to look at their pain, having to deal with the situation. But that was just on the split. So let's go ahead and shuffle here a bit. Yeah, and see, the Six of Wands in the reverse, they're not feeling successful. And, that's because, the wheel has turned, right? I have a video here in the background of healing spring sounds. Let's add a little extra to that. This is coming from a magical forest on a sunny morning. it just turned, but I looked up and saw 144, which happens to be, it's my angel number. It's how I know I'm going on the right path. And it became my angel number last year, last fall, right around August, September timeframe. I really started seeing it. And there's such a cool story really behind that. But I may speak to that in another video. But anyway, so I see 144, and then as soon as I look up here, because I have my laptop and then my monitor, I saw 1145. Look over there, you know, it's gone. So it's just a quick, almost like a quick little message here as I'm shuffling, you know. Everyone, the week ahead in love. Let's see what you guys want to. Nine of Swords. That's crossed by the Five of Wands. Definitely conflict. Or excuse me if I said the Knight of Wands, the Five of Wands. Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's definitely some opinions here. This could be clashes of the ego. This could be you really fighting against, you know, reaching back out to this person, or this could be your person, but this is coming in the Nine of Swords as the main energy in the reading. So I feel that you both really right now, because I feel like I'm feeling so far, we'll get into the reading, that this is your decision. This was, you know, this was, you know, what am I trying to say? Yeah, this was your decision. This was your choice as, you know, as a soul that has free will. And even though it sucks to have done it, it had to be done. So your lesson is coming in as the Page of Pentacles. Their lesson is coming in as the Knight of Cups in reverse. So I don't know, I feel like you pretty much kind of flipped them. You know, I perhaps they thought they were going to get the better of you, but it seems like right now it's like it's like they don't even, you know, they lost you guys. It's that simple. The Emperor is, yes, the first major arcana to come out, and this is coming in as area for growth. And rightly so. I mean, this person, guys, you know, at the end of the day, they were a Knight of Cups, and I feel that with the Emperor coming in the area for growth, it's the fact that this person, you know, they're just low, they're low vibrational, or however you want to take it. They haven't reached basically their maximum potential, if you will, energetically. But I also feel like you don't have, it's like regardless, guys, you guys don't have time to wait around. I mean, you guys have, again, you have a very like a very driven energy. It's kind of like you really can't give any F's about this. So, you know, we'll have to see why. Now let's see. Yeah, Eight of Cups, guys. You guys have definitely, I mean, this is coming in for, basically I take this as the libido card, right? Or in the area of sex and romance. And so now, yeah, I was like, wait, yeah, we did see the Eight of Cups coming out. So basically, I think, you know, by you basically making the decision to walk away, you've put this person essentially in a really rough spot. That's not to say you're still healing yourself, guys. I mean, both of you are gonna be healing from a lot of pain here. I think definitely in this situation, you guys, either that, you know, there could have just been a lot of energies in this situation, like from friends and family that were just, you know, but really even just between the two of you guys intimately, a lot of, you know, conflicts, arguments, It could have even been too that you felt that this person just had, it's like you would never be able to win. You would never be able, like, this was internal to them, and there's, at the end of the day, it's like there's nothing that you could do, at the end of the day. And you really care, guys, you really cared for this person, considering the Nine of Swords. And this person definitely cares about you too, but at the end of the day, something happened here. High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, right? So yeah, you guys are definitely on a new path. You guys are on a path of just tapping into your intuition, thinking from a higher perspective. And that's ultimately what led you to have to walk away. Now, in the week ahead, it's that simple, guys. I don't know how recently that you guys ended the situation. It could have been roughly around 2 months ago. If not 2 months, perhaps around 4 months ago. And I feel that you guys definitely are still healing. And I do feel like I'm talking here more so that this is a message for the feminine collective. But plain and simply, guys, there's anxiety in the week ahead, right? Over this situation. The anxiety is subsiding, guys, okay? With the 9, just in terms of numerology, you're going to move in, essentially, think about moving into the 10 of Swords energy, where you finally just surrender to your, to your spirit, to source, essentially to yourself, guys. And their lesson, guys, essentially, you really put them in a spot of essentially like they're gonna have to live with this, because they came in as a dreamer. They had this vision with you, and you completely, like I said, if I didn't say it earlier, it's like you put them, like you flip them on their head, right? It is, I think, what I was trying to say. But guys, your person is disappointed right now. They could be throwing tantrums, take that as it resonates, and maybe by tantrums, they could be indulging in things that aren't good for them, or just focused on trying to the word I'm looking for, distract their mind, without really having to, just really face the situation. But they're definitely, they're moody. And this person, certainly what I'm getting is very, like, they think very highly of themselves. They think they look really good. They may think they're the prize kind of energy. So, and coming in, guys, definitely, you were more, it's like you're looking back on things, right? You're reflecting on things, and you're kind of, you may be beating yourself up in terms of like, damn, why the hell did I let that slide, or why did I let that slide? But you definitely let things slide. You took more of a passive, or you found yourself in a more passive environment, or I was going to say in a more passive mindset or energy regarding this person, because you cared so much about them. But this person, guys, I really think there was some, they misled you in some way. I'm not saying they outright lied about everything, but there was definitely some misleading. There was definitely some, maybe they exaggerated certain things. Maybe, that they had more money than they actually did. Something along those lines. you know, because they really just, they love to make themselves look good, and they, you know, I just feel like this person, you know, they could be really dependent on validation. But I feel like this person definitely, you know, they deceived you in some way, and they took advantage of you. So they're definitely dealing with heavy emotions right now. And again, unless they take a deeper look into their emotions, they're just, you know, they're just going to be stuck in this moodiness. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's just see if we can get, you know, are they gonna, what are their next steps essentially? Seven of Pentacles, I feel like they're just taking a look, you know, I mean, just what I'm getting, you know, that look off the character's face there, it's just they're not happy, they're very moody at this time, and they're just kind of, they may be really taking a look at their finances at this time, and trying to distract themselves. You know, I feel like this could be, you know, you over here, and they're not really looking. They're looking, again, just at whatever this is to them. But honestly, to me, it's like they're understanding now, guys, that it's like they understand. Okay, they're not stupid. They understand that they are getting what they put into this connection between you. Okay, which is now going to be, it's now being reflected back to them, because again, that's what they were putting out, and now they're having to be faced with just these feelings that they, you know, that they don't want to deal with. But the fact is that the feelings are there. You know, I feel like they definitely had, they had a long-term vision with you. You know, you guys could have discussed engagement, or had you know, or were engaged, but nonetheless, you know, they were expecting to get something out of this, and now they're realizing like they're getting nothing. So, you know, in a way, I want to congratulate you guys, because, you know, you walked away from this BS. Whatever it is, it literally doesn't matter, because they're not coming in as in the Emperor energy. And so this is, to me, it's just that this is, you cared for this person. You know, they did initially come in with the grounded offer, I feel here, with the Page of Pentacles. And I feel that you guys had a really solid connection, because again, with the Nine of Swords here, both of you are dealing with anxiety over this connection in some way, over you walking away. But the fact of the matter is you guys are, you guys are grounded and loyal individuals, and you're also faithful and dependable. You're diligent lovers, and you dedicate yourselves when you're in a relationship. You dedicate your energy. So your lesson, guys, is to simply remain passionate and in touch with the original drive that propels you in this life, you know. Excuse me. My throat got a little itchy. Message that perfectionism or fear of failure can sometimes, and sorry, I didn't realize I was still holding the Nine of Swords, but a message is that perfectionism or fear of failure can sometimes stop us in our tracks. So, you know, just be mindful of that as you move forward. Interesting, the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Because we, Actually, no, I'm thinking of something else. But it's just that I was shuffling earlier prior to this read and had pulled the Queen of Cups in the upright, but that was for something else. So I see the Queen of Cups here again, but in the reverse. So I think again it's about that. It was like we were just talking about the perfectionism or the fear of failure, right, guys? So I think with the Queen of Cups coming here for us in the upright, it's essentially to not get into a place where you're letting your ego take control of the emotions, okay? You know, the Queen of Cups in reverse can speak to oversensitivity, fragility, as well as insecurity. You know, and that's really the best way I was trying to say. I feel like you know, just again, don't let that fear of failure, that insecurity, stop you from doing what it is that you want to do, guys. If you do have an idea in mind that you want to pursue, just ensure that you take grounded action toward it. But this card encourages you to take time to listen to your intuition and honor your feelings. You know, you could also be bottling up your emotions. So, because I do see you're definitely taking the time here, at least now, you're putting the energy into understanding yourself on a more intimate level and creating that trust with your intuition, you know, where you just start going, you know, with what feels right, and what serves your highest good. So just ensure that you keep that in mind, you know, in terms of your visions moving forward. Now, area for growth, we had the Emperor come out. So as I said, the Emperor is a very powerful card, and it is coming in the place of growth, right? So I really feel that really with this person, guys, they didn't understand how to, they weren't coming from a place of stability, of protection, of authority and control and discipline. You know, they were coming from a place of like competitiveness or like a power struggle. It's essentially that it's like they were definitely overbearing, and they lack the inability to handle situations with you on on an intimate level. It's like it always ended in just back and forth conflicts, battles, and just ultimately leading to suffering in the mind. And but again, you've come to see now clearly here, sitting here is the High Priestess. But this person, it's like they showed you a side. Because of this situation, you now know that this is not what you want, and you've been, the universe knows, essentially the universe knows what you're attracting, and you're attracting Emperor energy, which again this person was not. At best, they were a Knight of Cups. They were a dreamer. They wanted to come in, and this again, remember I was speaking earlier to engagement, but this actually, the Knight of Cups energy can speak to a proposal. So, but again, you guys had dreams together, but at the end of the day, guys, this was not your dream. This is not what you were planning on having to deal with, and I definitely walked away. So let's touch on the Eight of Cups. I definitely feel that in the bedroom, I'm definitely picking up that there's physical intimacy here between the two of you, which is also leading, guys, to you thinking of each other in the bedroom. But the fact of the matter is, all right, I had to get a drink of water there. But what I was saying was, the fact of the matter is you guys had to walk away from that, and you didn't want to, but you had, you just let your instincts, and it really what this was you let your instincts take over, and those instincts, that is your intuition. You left an unhappy relationship. This could have even awakened you to realizing, what I'm getting is that perhaps you are reflecting on attachments and like abandonment issues. Take that as it resonates, but you're now reflecting on that and taking a look at how you were reacting to the situation, and really, again, you're really coming to understand all the energies here from a higher perspective. But you walked away from this disappointing situation. You left this relationship because it was not filling. This is you letting go, walking away, and searching for your truth. So, and with you, again, walking away, that has just left this person in a shitty mood. They're completely taken off guard. You took them off, or you took them by surprise. Because I do definitely feel like they let their guard down with you. And now they're simply having to reflect right now on everything that's happened. Let's see where you're headed. The King of Pentacles. You're headed toward abundance, honestly. I was going to say you're headed toward abundance, baby, but that's awesome. The King of Pentacles, it speaks to just prosperity, guys. So that's where you're headed. Again, whatever the situation is, it's very important to reflect on not letting that fear of failure stop you in your tracks, because you're going to literally, this to me is, okay, this is you jumping timelines, okay? And the High Priestess is here to, even the Emperor is here to support you with their energy. Okay, and when I say jump timelines, you're going from a Page of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles. Okay, now we don't have a timeline here, but the fact of the matter is, guys, is that you're attracting prosperity, abundance, financial security, the whole 9 yards. That's just amazing. Let's see where this person is headed. I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, they can suck it, you know what I mean? Like, right? They literally, it's like this is all along, they're not gonna, sure, they're reflecting, you've definitely got them in their feelings, right? You've got them in their feelings. But the fact of the matter is they're gonna continue to, if they're gonna continue to not really take a hard look at the fact of the matter that it's them and that they need to change something, they're basically going to continue to attract tower after tower after tower moment. So they're headed into essentially just destruction, chaos. You name it, guys. I don't know. So I think you have reasons to rejoice here, because on your side, the energy here is just super beautiful, and they're going through it. So, essentially, yeah, I was going to say you can rest assured they're going through it, because at the end of the day, guys, karma. You were just, you know what I mean? You tried to do the best that you could, and at the end of the day, they deceived you. They literally put you in pain, and they put themselves in pain. That's why I'm saying it's like, but you're not going to stick around to continue whatever this is with them. Like, no, you're literally jumping timelines into absolute abundance. And your energy, guys, it's just going to shoot through the roof. And I definitely feel like your Emperor is your emperor is ahead on your journey, guys. So just be mindful as you move forward. Again, really just tapping into your intuition, understanding what it means to be tuned in, tapped, and turned on. When I say that, if you guys understand what that means, I feel like you're in the collective. All right, well, let's just pull a final advice card for you. Okay, the Three of Wands in the reverse. So you're definitely it's like you're on a new path at this moment. So just ensure, the Three of Wands, it really speaks to possible long-term vision. So this could be a call for some of you to just start thinking a little bit more long-term. Yes, live in the present and all that, but that's where this, I feel like that's where you're really going to be able to jump timelines, where you really start thinking about your stability, and however that resonates to you guys. But in terms of just being able to feel secure and be able to take care of yourself in any situation, right? Like whatever shit went down, whatever relationship you would be in, whatever the case could be in, whatever, you always have the ability to take care of yourself, right? Financially, abundantly. That, just ensuring that you make the right decisions to jump to this timeline. But the fact that the energy is here of you jumping to this timeline means that this is where you're headed. This is where I'm tapping into your intuition. So this is essentially what your intuition is telling me. And your intuition is just like it's like, I just want to say, it's like popping right now, guys. Like you're about to, like, I'm just thinking of like a rocket or spaceship that's like literally just like the engines are starting to like you're about to just like take off and just like into So anyway, this can also speak to travel. So you guys, if you've had a nagging or you just really feel like you want to travel or get out there or experience something crazy or new, or just to get away, this could be a message for you as well, to take that chance if you can, and take some time to travel.